Lesson 12.5, quadratic inequalities. It's supposed to say algebraically, not graphically again. So this time, no graphs. We're just going to solve. And so when you have a quadratic, you want to make sure that it's set equal to 0, even though we have an inequality symbol. Once it is, then you're trying to factor or quadratic formula. To me, factoring is going to be way easier. So it's got to be x times x. This is what FOILed to make this to get the x squared. I need two numbers that multiply to make negative 24 that add to make negative 5. And that would be negative 8 and positive 3. Okay, from there, I would just go ahead and then get the solutions. So remember, you're setting this equal to 0 and solving, so you'd add 8, add 8. So you get x equals 8, and then this one you would get minus 3, x equals negative 3. It's the opposite sign. So the nice thing is, I could look at this and say, well, this is less than, so that's an and. But if you're not confident in that, what you could do is make a number line, put smaller number to the left of the bigger number, test either inside the numbers or one of the outside ranges. Let's try 4, because 4 would be right here. 4 squared would be 16. Negative 5 times 4 would be negative 20 minus 24. Is that going to come out less than or equal to 0? Well, I'm going to get negative 4 minus 24 more. That's going to be a negative 28. That is less than or equal to 0. So I know that this section in here checks out. And it'll be closed circles because of the equal to. So I would say either brackets, that x values are between 3 and 8, or an inequality where x is less than or equal to 8 and greater than or equal to 3. And again, you could also draw a picture saying, okay, this is a positive a value, the number in front of the x squared, so the quadratic will open up. We've got a horizontal line at y equals 0, and we want to know where is it less than? Well, below it, so that's an and. So lots of different options here. Number 2, we do not have it set equal to 0, so I would have to subtract 9x and subtract 10, put them under their like term. So that'd be negative 2x squared plus 6x plus 140. Less than a 0. I want to factor out a GCF of, if this is negative, take it out with it, negative 2. And that would give me x squared minus 3x minus 70. Then I would divide away the negative 2. Remember, dividing by a negative flips the symbol. And then it becomes just like what I did on this problem. So I'm going to try to factor. And then this would be, what, 7 and 10? Negative 10 times positive 7. So that gets solutions of 10 and negative 7. And this is where I would read it, is here after I flip. So it should be an or problem. I also know because this parabola would open up. And I want to know where is it above a horizontal line, so that would be this side and this side. So x value should be less than negative 7 or greater than 10. All right, and then last one, subtract the 9x. That'd be negative 13x plus 4. It's less than or equal to 0. Okay, I would want to divide out a GCF if I could, but I can't. So I'm hoping you remember slide and divide factoring. That's when you have an a value here other than 1 that can't come out. So to cheat, we're going to get rid of that number by multiplying to the constant at the end, the c value. So 3 times 4 now make 12. Then I'm going to factor this like normal. I would need two positive numbers to add to make negative 13. That would be a negative 12 and a negative 1. But then to undo my multiplication, I'm going to divide by that a value of 3. That would be x minus 4 times, remember you float this up, 3x minus 1. Or you could keep this x minus a third and figure out, okay, if that needs to equal 0, you would add a third over. So just become positive a third. You're also going to get it right now when you set these equal to 0. That would be 4. Add 1, divide by 3 would be a third. And then this was a less than, so it should be an and. You can also think about this as a positive a value, so your quadratic opens up, and you want it being less than the horizontal line. So again, it's between the two points of intersection. So we could write brackets, since it's an equal to, smaller number, comma, bigger number. Or we could write that x is less than or equal to 4 and greater than or equal to 1/3. And that's it.